Recording in progress.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Today we are continuing with that stretch of the quadriceps, or the quads, and today we'll go a little bit more deep into the stretch. But before that, let's just connect with the breath as every morning. So find that comfortable position. Place the hands on your knees and start just moving around, wiggling to find that extra stretch so you can feel even more comfortable on your sitting position. Breathing deeply as you do any stretch, any movement. Good, and then come back towards the center. Roll your shoulders back and down. Bring the stomach in. Align the spine, the neck, and gently close your eyes. Breathing deeply. Releasing any tension that you might have, or at least noticing for now. Bringing some attention to that area that needs it, if there is any. And if you don't feel that there's an area that needs that special attention, then we bring the focus first to the breathing, the length of it. Be nice and smooth, balanced with the inhale and the exhale. And then also with the attention towards the abdomen, allowing this area to soften, to get more active. Knowing that a good digestive system means good health. So the less tension we have in that area, the more flow, the better it would work. And if you are doing some abdominal breathing and then you notice that there is some tension on the chest, on the shoulders, on the upper back, perhaps you can keep going with your abdominal breathing and coming up towards chest breathing, sending some love to that area that you found to be a bit more tense. Perhaps the breathing is the same or very similar, but the attention is towards releasing the tension in that area, and it helps. Now with the next inhalation, bring the palms together at the level of the heart, pressing gently. Breathing deeply. Starting with our gratitude practice, allowing yourself to be creative into choosing those two things. And then set your intentions for this practice. And your intentions for the day. Inhaling, raise the palms up chin up, head back, tongue towards the upper palate. Very slowly exhaling, bringing the hands through the sides. Start aligning the spine as you bring the hands down, one on top of the other. Allow the chin to come closer to the chest. Breathe in deeply a couple of times. With a few blinks, open your eyes. Namaste. Thank you for joining. We can start by stretching the legs as we normally do to activate that circulation. Today our focus is on the legs, on the quads. So we want to first, especially to lose that area. Move your toes. Get down and lay down on the mat. Bend the knees. Align the spine. Bring the stomach in. Create that extra space in between the shoulder blades. And then bring the arms all the way up. Stretching. And then bend the elbows. Relax the jaw. Good, and then if your eyes are closed, open them now and bring the knees towards the chest and just rock side to side. Just creating that extra space around the middle part of the spine. Activating the side abdominal muscles, back muscles. Good, and then come back towards the center. Bring the feet down. Bring the arms next to the body, making sure there's that extra space in between the shoulder blades. Stomach in, no gap between the lower back and the mat. Fingertips active, and then with hip width apart with the feet and the knees. Inhaling, start coming up into Bandhasana breathing or bridge breathing. And as you exhale, slowly lowering down. Very active with the core to control. Good, and then inhaling, start coming up, chin to chest. Make sure you don't look to the side when your hips are high. And very slowly exhaling, lowering down. Try to breathe as slowly as you can, inhaling, coming up. When you need to exhale, then start doing so and lowering down. One more, inhaling, squeezing the glutes, the toes, exhaling. Good, and then raise the feet off the floor, give them a hug, and rock side to side again. Lifting the tailbone off the floor as you try to bring those knees even closer towards the chest. Good, and then come back towards the center. And then rest the feet down. Roll towards your right side. Using the support of the bottom arm. Keeping the knees and the hips aligned. And then lifting the top leg up. And then holding by the instep. Or by the ankle, whatever is possible. So the idea is that we bring the knee all the way back. If possible, try to bring the knee aligned with the hip and then lift up towards the back. If you can straighten the arms straight and try to feel that stretch on the quads. Breathing slowly, especially when you feel that tension, then just keep breathing. If it's too much tension and the breathing can't be so slow, then just slow down the stretch and keep breathing. Good, and then release the leg and bring it all the way up, the other way, so we can stretch the hamstrings. And again, bring the toes flat as we do so. You can even hold the leg if that helps you to keep it into place. Try to bring it towards you. You don't have to. But the most important thing is that the foot is flat on the floor. So don't just rest the side, but try to bring it nice and flat. That would help to stretch even more. Good, and then release the hand if it's holding the leg, bring in front of you, and then raise the leg all the way up. And then exhaling, lowering down. Good, and then feel the glutes active. Instead of resting the leg and let it go, then keep it active as the big toe touches the mat. And we do again, inhaling, coming up as high as you can with the knees straightened, and exhaling, lowering down. Keep the leg active and the glutes. Get inhaling up and exhaling down. Good, and then bring that leg all the way back. Breathe slowly. Bring the top arm all the way up, shoulder height, palm facing towards the floor, towards the mat. Relax the jaw. Good, and then slowly start bringing the knee towards the chest and hold with that leg. Bring the nose towards the knee. Breathe slowly. Good, and then gently release the leg. Bring the hands to support you to come towards the other side. Resting the head, aligning the hips and the knees. Good, and then bring the knee bent, hip height, and hold whatever you can. So when the knee is pointing up, there's not so much stretch, so try to bring it parallel to the hip. Even if you're not allowed to stretch much towards the back, but it's more important that it's aligned. And then from there, the flexibility will come with the repetition. And then whenever possible, try to bring it a little bit more towards the back. Relax the jaw. Breathe slowly. Good, and then release the hand. Bring the foot all the way forward, stretching the leg, the back of the leg, holding if you need to keep it nice and close to you. Breathe. One more round of breath from there. Good, and then bring the hand back on the mat, inhaling all the way up as high as you can, as long as the knees is straightened, and then exhaling, lowering down slowly, keeping the leg and the glutes active. Inhaling, coming up. Good, and exhaling, lowering down. And one more, inhaling. Good, and exhaling. And then bring the leg towards the back. The big toe is touching, holding there the position. Remember, you can lean forward slightly to keep that balance and to deepen the stretch. Make sure the jaw is relaxed. Good, and then bring the arm all the way out. One more round of breath. And then start bending the knee, bring it towards the chest and hold. Nose as close to the knee as possible. Good, and then release the leg. Use your hands and come up to your tabletop first. From here, we're going to do some cat-cow. So inhaling, looking up, and exhaling round. Chin to chest. Inhaling, soften the elbows, allowing the chest to come closer to the mat. Exhaling, belly bottom towards the spine. Inhaling, feel the movement of the shoulder blades also. Exhaling, expanding. Twice more, inhaling, exhaling. And last one, inhale and exhale. Good, and then from here, bring the big toes touching, open wide and sit back. Bend the elbows and rest the chin on your palms. Rest the chin on your palms. Here, there, good. And keep breathing. Bringing the gaze up, releasing the jaw. And you can wiggle side to side if there's any tension on the hips, on the lower back, on the ankles. If it's difficult for you to sit back on your heels. And then stretch the arms all the way out and allow the chest to come as closer to the mat as possible. Breathe slowly. Good, and then inhaling, move back with the hands. And then bring the legs back, lower the hips. And use the left arm, forearm to support yourself. So bring it across, resting in front of you. And then we can bend the knee and hold with the right foot with the right hand. Good. If you need to twist it slightly to get hold of it, that's absolutely fine. So lifting up that shoulder will allow you to grab a little bit easier. And then once you've got it, try to bring the elbow up and bend it slightly, stretching that thigh, relaxing into the position, but keeping the tension with the arm. When you find that by having the arm stretched, there's not that much of the work done, then bend the elbow, pointing all the way up. Try to bring the toes towards the back as well, and you'll be able to hold. Good, and then gently release the leg, and then we do the other side. Supporting nicely, elbow and shoulder aligned. Make sure it's not forward, otherwise we're not having enough support. and then hold the other foot, whatever you can. And try to bring the heel not towards the glutes, but towards the side. Breathe slowly. 2 more rounds of breath. So the hips are still down on the floor. It's just the shoulders that twist towards the other side. Good, and then release the leg. If you found it quite tricky to hold your leg, then make sure you have like a, the sports bands to hold on, and then you can start working from there. And then you pull from there, bend the elbow, and start being able to hold and to pull. Bring now the forehead down, the hands aligned with the chest, shoulders back and down, and inhaling, start lifting up, squeezing the glutes, the thighs, Bhujangasana. Exhaling, lowering down, forehead down, shoulders back and down, squeezing with the arms, the sides, the ribs. Inhaling, come up, squeeze. Good, and exhaling, lowering down. Once again, inhaling, coming up, and exhaling, lowering down. Good, and this time we can extend the arms to come into up dog, and then bend the knees and sit back into Adho Mukha Virasana again. So knees wide as you can, hips and heels as close as possible. Breathe slowly. Good, and then gently open your eyes if they were closed. And from here, tabletop, tuck the toes under, come onto downward facing dog, bending one knee at a time. Breathing slowly. Stretching the spine, coming to the center, the hips high, the ears aligned with the arms, making sure there's no tension in between the shoulder blades. Stomach in. Good, and then bend the knees and walk back with the hands on your forward fold. Allow the head to hang freely. And then very slowly start rounding the spine to come up to standing. And when you're up, shoulders back and down a couple of times. And then forward. Good, so now find a wall support. And this is another variation. So you can support yourself, make sure you're not leaning in the wall that you're supporting, whether it's on the side or in front of you. You need to be able to have the hips and the shoulders in line. The elbow is slightly soft to support you nicely and easy. Hip width apart with the feet, tiptoes with the right leg, and then bend the knee and try to hold it. So normally when we're standing up, it's a little bit easier than when we're laying down. So now bring the knee actively towards the floor. Keep the stomach in, and then start bringing the leg all the way up. Try to keep the hips square, the toes of the foot that is on the floor nice and active. Good, and then lower down. And again, inhaling, lifting up. Good, and exhaling, lowering down. Again, last time, inhaling up. And exhaling down. Good, and then bring the knee up. Hold as tight as you can. Toes pointing down. Good, and then exhaling all the way down. And then we do the other side. So you can hold whatever you can to find that easiness in the position. Bend the knee and hold. Good. And then from there, when you're in the stretch, make sure the hips are square. Inhaling, start lifting the leg up. If you find that there's enough flexibility to lean slightly forward, you can do so, like in the dancer pose. Inhale and exhale. Keep actively with the arm pulling the leg back and kicking back with the leg. Good. Very good. And then release. And then release just the tension, but keep holding. We're going to do another 2. Inhaling, stretching, exhaling, releasing. And one more, inhaling and exhaling. Good, and then let go and open the legs wide, about 1 meter apart, toes pointing towards the side, and then bend forward. Bring the hands in front of you and walk towards the right foot. Breathe slowly there, stomach in. Good, and then walk towards the other leg, towards the other foot, left foot. Breathing deeply. And then come back towards the center. Bend the knees, bring the feet closer towards you, the hands on the hips. Inhaling, come up. Good, and then close about hip width apart. Shake the legs, the feet. Good, and then grab your blanket or sarong to cover yourself to get into your savasana. Well done for your practice. Now it's time to relax. If you find it quite challenging, those stretches, then just repeat a few times a day. And soon you feel that it becomes easier to hold your foot, to be able to stretch the thigh. Now relax the jaw, bring the gaze up. Arms away from your body, palms facing up. And stay there in that peaceful space for another 2 minutes, enjoying each breath, enjoying that restful position, that peaceful state, which is the perfect guidance for meditation. So allow yourself to do some meditation, even if it's just for a few minutes. You can stay there in the same position, keeping the awareness when you're breathing and the gaze up. Or even better, if you can, without modifying very much the position, you can sit upright, even if you need to support your back with the wall or sit on a chair. 5 to 10 minutes would be great to meditate. Enjoy the rest of the practice. Have a lovely day, and I will see you tomorrow.